You want me to show you how to make the easiest, most delicious pasta using only a few ingredients? Well, check out this Italian sausage penne pasta. You're gonna love it. You ready? Let's go. All right, so let's do a quick rundown. Not a lot of ingredients, just a handful, but this is a delicious pasta. Right here we have our penne pasta shells right here. We have some mozzarella cheese. We have some mild Italian sausage. Now you can use whatever. You can use spicy, mild, sweet, it's up to you. Some diced tomatoes. Right here I have a chopped onion. Now, it's good if you use a yellow sweet onion. I didn't have a yellow sweet onion, so I'm gonna use this red onion. That's fine if that's what you have. Basil, oregano, salt, pepper, and some fresh minced garlic. So these are the ingredients. Let's get started. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our baking sheet. This is a 9 by 13, and we're just gonna grease it or spray it with some cooking spray. Like that, set it aside, and we're gonna continue. But before we do that, also, go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees so it can be good and hot once we finish the first step of the recipe. Also, start cooking your pasta to the package instructions. So once we finish this first step, we can go ahead and add our pasta into our mix and we'll get this baby in the oven, all right? Let's go. And start adding our sausage. First, we're gonna get that cooked using a wooden spoon. Just gonna start breaking it down and we're gonna cook this all the way through. And you wanna get these crumbled up into nice sized pieces. All right, so it looks like our sausages are done. We're gonna pause this and we're just going to transfer this into a empty dish while we continue with the recipe. Let me get that over to an empty dish and I'll be right back. All right, so we're gonna continue by adding about 2 tablespoons of olive oil here. Gonna unpause that heat. Once it gets back up to temp, we're just gonna add our onions and we're gonna add our garlic. And we're just gonna get these mixed in and cooked until our onions are translucent. Be sure not to burn your garlic, but this should only take about a minute or so. All right, so we're about a minute in now. We're gonna go ahead and add our diced tomatoes. We're gonna get that mixed in. And you don't want to drain your tomatoes. Make sure you just come straight out of the can. We're gonna add our salt, our pepper, our oregano, and our basil. And we're gonna get this mixed in. We're gonna cook this over medium heat for about 5 minutes. All right, so we're about 3 to 4 minutes in. We're gonna add our sausages back into our pan. And we're gonna get this mixed up and we're gonna turn this down on low. And we're gonna allow this to cook. And we're gonna let this simmer on low for about 10 minutes. But you wanna make sure you cover it up. All right, guys, so we're about 10 minutes in. We're gonna remove our lid here. Now we're gonna take our pasta that we've already prepared and we're gonna start adding that here to our meat mixture. We're gonna get that stirred up and mixed in. And you wanna make sure you mix it up real good. And next, we're just gonna add half our cheese to our pan. And we're gonna make sure we get that mixed in well till it's melted. All right, and we're gonna stop our heat and we're gonna remove this pan from our cooktop, or if you got it on the stove, remove it from your stove. And we're gonna sit that aside and bring over our baking dish. All right, so now we're gonna take half of our pasta right here. See what I did? I parted the Red Sea right here. So we're gonna put half of this into the pan, like this. All right, we're gonna sit this back aside and just get this smoothed out evenly, like that. Now we're gonna take half of the remaining cheese, just half of it, half of the remaining cheese, and we're gonna sit that on top, or place it on top, however you wanna call it. Just like that. And we're gonna take that other half and top it over here on top of that cheese. Just like that. Kind of get that smoothed over. And of course, the leftover cheese. Just like that, guys. Now we're just gonna take some aluminum foil. Before I do that, I wanna press this down because I don't want my aluminum foil touching my cheese, because you know what happens when you pull that aluminum foil off, all that cheese come off with it. We don't wanna do that, all right? Want that cheese on that pasta. Just make sure you don't have it too high. And we're gonna put this in the oven and we're gonna bake it for about 15 to 25 minutes, depending on how hot your oven is. It's set to 350 degrees, but we want that cheese to be bubbly, all right? So I'm gonna get it in the oven. All right, guys, so we are about 15 to 20 minutes in. We're gonna remove our top, our foil. Guys, take a look at that. Let me get a close-up on that. Oh man, that looks delicious. Now, what you could do is you could throw it back into the oven, let that cheese melt a little bit more, but I think this is great right here. Now I'm just gonna take a little dry basil. If you got some fresh basil, you can add it. I don't have any, so I'm just gonna add just a little dry basil to the top, just like that. Guys, this looks amazing. All right, so let's test this out before we go. Take a look at that, man. Woo. Let's see what this baby about. And man, I'm gonna eat it you can put some, I guess, some Parmesan cheese on it if you want to, but me, I'm gonna eat it just like this. Enough cheese on it, mozzarella sausage. Oh man. Oh my goodness. Until then, I'm your cook, Spinelli, all wings, everything. And remember, not a chef, just cook a lot. And now I'm out. Peace.